General warning about Killer Nacho's Wi-Fi battles. Lab rats who watched kept muttering the word Pikachu instead of squeak. Do not watch if you like yellow rats, are over 30, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Stop and tell a doctor immediately if you turn yellow, mutter Pika, or start growing electric patches on your cheek. Thank you for this general announcement. Now, enjoy the battle. Ah, the dark, rich taste and bitterness of coffee. How can you start a morning with anything else? Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. I start every morning with a cup of coffee. And today's question of the day: tea or coffee? I think the answer is obvious. And on a side note, if you drink coffee, black, or do you like adding all that yucky milk and sugar and stuff? And yeah, that's the question of the day. So here's a battle with PrideOfDaStrong, and he messaged me wanting to battle, so I decided to accept. And this is a recorded battle. We battled once before. He did win thanks to some, hacks, but well, this is a recorded battle here. And I lead with Uxie, he leads with Azelf. He's just going to U-turn right off the bat, and I'm just going to yawn. So whatever he switches into is going to get yawned. And he does switch into Swampert, and I'm able to get a yawn off on that. So that's pretty nice, and Swampert is now sleepy. So I'm going to set up the Stealth Rocks, so he's probably going to switch, and he does switch, and he decides to go back into Azelf to, I guess, get another U-turn off. So I'm just going to yawn again, so the Pokemon he switches in after the U-turn will be sleepy. And he switches in Swampert again, and I'm going to yawn that, and now it's sleepy. So I'm going to go with a U-turn to see what he switches into. And he goes into Snorlax, so I get a U-turn off on that. And it doesn't do a whole lot, but now I'm going to go out into something that can probably counter it. So I go into Mismagius, because most Snorlaxes actually carry Earthquake and Return or something, or Body Slam, and that can't hurt Mismagius. And he switches out into Swampert. And I'm just going to go for a Shadow Ball, kind of predicting a Roar or something. And I get the special defense drop, which is pretty nice. And he's going to set up Stealth Rock. And I'm going to go for another Shadow Ball. I mean, I got the special defense drop. The second one should do a little more. And I get actually a second special defense drop. And he Waterfalls, which is pretty nice for me. So I'm kind of predicting a switch, so I decide to set up a Substitute. But he predicts that quite well and just Waterfalls. And that turns out to be really bad because I'm not going to be able to finish him off with another Shadow Ball, which makes me really, really sad. So I do Shadow Ball, he barely survives, and he's going to take down Mismagius after a crit onto the Waterfall. So that kind of blows. I should have just killed it when I had the chance, but I was pretty sure he'd switch, but he didn't. So I go into Scizor, and I was going to U-turn, and that's going to finish off the Swampert. And I decided to go into Uxie, because Uxie is pretty cool. And yeah, he's going to go into Azelf and get the U-turn off on me again, annoyingly. But once again, I'm just going to yawn, and I'm going to hit the incoming Snorlax. So he goes into Snorlax, I yawn, and Snorlax is actually slower. And I don't really want to get a hit off on any of my other Pokemon, so I decide just to have Uxie die Thunderbolting. So that's what I do. I just go for a Thunderbolt for minuscule damage against Snorlax. And he's going to be able to kill me with Fire Punch. But unfortunately, I got the Parahax. I mean, like, come on. Why do I get a Parahax when I don't want it? Because I'd rather have Snorlax be asleep than paralyzed. But whatever. So I go into Gyarados, and I get the Intimidate off. And that lowers Snorlax's attack. I go for a Dragon Dance, and he gets paralyzed, which is pretty nice. And I'm going to go for a Waterfall, and that's going to do about half to the amount of damage he has left. He's going to stay in, try to Body Slam to get the Parahax, but he's not going to be able to get it, unfortunately for him. So he goes for a Body Slam, doesn't get the Parahax, and another Waterfall should do it to the Snorlax, and that's pretty awesome. And Snorlax goes down. And at this point, he doesn't have a whole lot to deal with Gyarados, so that's really bad for him, obviously. He's going to go out into Salamence, and I'm just going to go for Stone Edge because, you know, it's super effective and stuff, and that will one-hit KO the the Salamence after the Stealth Rock. And he goes out an Azelf, and I don't think he outspeeds me, so I go for a Waterfall, and I do outspeed him and KO him. And he really sends in Lucario now as a last resort, and I don't have Earthquake on this Gyarados. I have Taunt instead, so he's able to Extreme Speed twice for the kill because he's narrowly going to live that Waterfall, thanks to the Salamence Intimidate. So that's rather bad for me. He's going to finish me off with Extreme Speed, but at this point I have the game pretty well in hand. I decided to go out an Immense just to get the Intimidate off, and now finish it off with Earthquake. And he Swords Dances, I Earthquake, and not really a whole lot to say. His last Pokemon is Infernape. I could have switched out here, but I wanted to give Jolteon a free switch, and she can outspeed and kill this in one hit. So I just let Infernape kill me with Hidden Power Ice, and now I'm going to go out into Jolteon for the win. So good game, PrideOfDaStrong. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys. He's a good battle. You're a great battler. Peace.